guys good? I'd like to call this meeting to order. Thank you all for being here with us this evening. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, thanks to everyone who's here in person and anyone that might be at home watching. We appreciate your time this evening. Could I get a motion to adopt the agenda, please?
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor, please raise your right hand and say aye.
Aye.
All right, Dr. Buck, your report.
Thank you, Board President. Thank you, rest of the board and everybody here in person or online. Got a short update today for you. First off, congratulations to our own Aubrey Shortino. This week she was named one of the semi-finalists, I believe there's 17 of them in the state, for the Missouri 2026 Teacher of the Year. We'll find out who the final, I think it's 6, are next week, I think on the 28th, 1 week from today. Congratulations to Lee Summit High School's Kid Anderson, who was recognized this summer as a certified athletic administrator by the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This recognizes that Mr. Anderson has demonstrated a high level of knowledge and expertise in the field of athletic administration, so kudos to Kit. Congratulations to Underwood Elementary Stacy Bryant. We got to surprise her with the August Learning for Life Award a few days ago. She was nominated by our peers for district-wide awards for many reasons, including creating a welcoming environment where both students and staff feel supported and connected, as well as setting high expectations that inspire respect and growth. Congratulations to LSN Stu Reese. Coach Reese is a tennis coach up there. He was the first ever to receive the Shutout the Stigma Advocate Award, presented by the Kansas City Royals, Kansas City Sports Commission, and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City. Coach Reese was honored for leading with compassion and fostering a safe, empowering environment that prioritizes the mental health and well-being of student athletes. And if you've ever met Stu, you know that's very much him. Updates, a huge thank you and a huge welcome back to everybody, staff, students. Great start of the year. I want to give you a quick reminder. Tomorrow is our very first Late Start Friday. That's probably more of a reminder from my house than probably you. You probably all know that. But it's been great having the buildings full. I want to give a special kudos to transportation. The first day of school is one of the heaviest lifts the school district can do, and they did a fantastic job. So I thank everyone who helped out at transportation and people from this building who went over and helped out with transportation. So thank you. That concludes my report.
All right, thank you. We now have a presentation 3.01 from the Lee Summit Educational Foundation.
Now, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. I'm Chrissy Sims. I'm the director for Lee Summit Educational Foundation. I've met all of you at one point or another, but I appreciate you guys giving me time every year to share a few highlights and shout outs for what the foundation has been up to and what we have coming up for this year. So we just have the best time and the best staff and the best board members and volunteers that help us. We really rally the community around the school district in another way, which is to provide funding to help fill gaps and provide teachers with additional resources and help pilot new programs. So we just really love the collaboration that we have with the school district. Our board is incredible. We have great leadership. You can see them on screen here. One of them is Regina Garrett, who is our liaison from the Board of Education. So she is great about attending our meetings and being an ambassador for the foundation. We welcomed a new staff member this year. Shelly Hildreth came to us. She is already pretty well known throughout the district. She's been very involved with PTAs and Lee Summit West Music Program. She's got wonderful fundraising experience, so we were excited to add her to the team. So she's there in the middle with Cindy and I. And I think you might all have received our impact report. At any point, if you ever have questions about where our funding is going and how all of that operates, I'm happy to meet with you for coffee or answer any questions that you may have this evening. But this is just going to give you a snapshot of what our investment back into the district was last year. And as you can see, it's kind of spread around. We've got donor funds that help provide scholarships and other activity funds for the district. And then we, of course, provide funding in other areas. And I usually work with administrators in the spring to try to determine where there might be shortfalls or new ideas that they want to bring to life. And that's kind of how we determine what these funding priorities will be each year. We had a great year in terms of revenue last year. So this is kind of a overview of what that looked like. And you can see a lot of that was in restricted donations. So those are going to be people who have opened scholarship funds or a donor fund for a specific activity or program. And then this is how we gave it back, which everyone knows we do the PEAK grants. That's what we're well known for, which are our classroom grants, but we also give grants to students, as I mentioned earlier, and in all of these other areas. Here is a clip, hopefully it will play for you all, that we just wanted to share. It was some news coverage that we got recently.
Yeah, this breakfast is actually just now getting underway, and I'm joined here with a new teacher to the Lee Summit School District. Remind me of your name.
Yes, Scarlett
McMullen.
Yes.
Scarlett McMullen. Tell us a little bit about what it feels like to be supported in this way.
Yes, so I have worked at a couple districts and I have loved them all, but I actually grew up going to Richardson Elementary for the Lee Summit School District, so it's just a full circle moment. I am so lucky to be so supported by everyone. Kristen Merrill has put on a great week for us. We have gotten money, we have gotten food, and it has been so awesome. The Lee Summit Educational Foundation gave each teacher $150, which I am so thankful for, and it'll be great to get my classroom kind of revamped to work at Lee Summit.
That's amazing. And
She was just so articulate and amazing. She said in another life she wanted to be a newscaster. So.
And Chrissy, can you tell everybody how they found out they got their $150?
Yeah. So during New Teacher Academy, we surprised them with, they had lottery tickets, and it was like every ticket's going to be a winner. You just don't know what you're going to win. And then they all ended up winning their $150. But yeah, it was pretty cute. They liked it. Okay, so as far as this year goes, just really quickly, again, it kind of looks similar from year to year. We're trying to give kids hands-on, real-world learning experiences. We're just trying to prepare them for their next step in their journey. So career navigation, career development, new resources, updated equipment. It kind of runs the gamut, but and of course, lots of grants. We also have, as I mentioned, donor funds, which are covering need-based support, IB tutoring fees, and or IB testing fees and tutoring. Save the date. We've got our events that are coming up. This is how we make the money to be able to give back. We've got Race for the Future coming up on October 11th. We've got our vacation raffle. Check the eligibility requirements on there because unfortunately I'm not eligible to win. You all are not eligible to win, but most people are eligible to win a vacation. We've got Major Saver coming up in November. Taste of Lee Summit is March 7th, and our community breakfast, we'll be working with Shannon Booth and collaborating in kind of a new take on the community breakfast. That date is yet to be determined, but we're looking at probably late April or early May of next year. Our employee giving campaign is going on right now. That's our annual fund drive. Last year we had over $90,000 donated by LSR7 staff members, which was very generous and so incredible. The Crown of the Town shirt that you see there is a shirt that they get if they donate $10 or more per pay period. I just thought I would mention this is our Friends of the Foundation sponsorship program. That's our community sponsorship program. So that allows businesses or individuals who are out in the community to show their support for the foundation, for the mission and work that we're doing. And there's just different sponsorship benefits that they receive at different levels. But we've got a lot of amazing Friends of the Foundation sponsors. Always, we are looking for people to join us. We can always use volunteers. We can use committee members. And then, of course, we need people at our events. So I put a QR code if there's anyone that's interested in joining us in any capacity. We would welcome you with open arms. And that's all I have today. I wanted to see if you all had any questions before I leave. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all you do. Okay, 4.01, we don't have any public comments signed up this evening, so we will move on down to 5.01, board committee reports. Board Member Haley.
I attended via Zoom, the Finance Committee meeting that was held earlier this week. It was, Dr. Herzog did an excellent job explaining everything to us, and the finances are in good order.
Excellent. Dr. Nickens?
I haven't had any committee meetings since our last board meeting, but there's a lot coming up.
Dr. Johnson?
No report.
Board Member Dawson?
Like Board Member Haley, I also attended the Finance Committee meeting on Monday. Thank you very much for all the work you guys put in to prepare for it.
Vice President Miller?
I attended the LSEDC annual meeting and the Finance Committee meeting, as well as the Lee Summit Cares meeting. So, thank you.
Excellent. I attended my first CAC Steering Committee meeting. I too attended the EDC annual luncheon meeting, and everyone's calendar gets busy in about a week. I think that's it for the committees. Thank you. Okay, moving on down to items for decision. 6.01, approve the transfer of funds. We have no transfer needed in July. Way to go, Dr. Herzog. 6.02, approve the treasurer's report and payment of the bills.
I move to approve the treasurer's report and the payment of the bills.
Second.
All those in favor, please raise your right hand and say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Items for decision, we have a consent list this evening. Can I get a motion?
I move to approve the consent agenda items as presented.
Second.
All those in favor, please raise your right hand and say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Last but not least, we have items of information, a written report regarding the destruction of records. I think that concludes our regular monthly meeting. Thank you very much for being here.